Okay, we're going to go over how to use the scheduling system on the app. It's different than what you mostly have seen before, but it's a remarkable tool once you understand its abilities. It's like looking at the schedule in a 3D view. You can see what your needs are and what other schedules are. So to go there, I'm just going to click on this little icon, the schedule view. And when it first comes up, it's going to bring up alphabetically your different positions in your building. I particularly want to go to the evening CNA position. So I'm going to go to the top where it says shift, and I'm just going to pick there and say evening CNA, East Wing. And then the time is 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. I don't need to change that. And I'm going to look at the monthly summary, but in particular, I want to look at March, because that's going to make the schedule changes. So I'm going to click on the little arrow to March, and I'm going to bring up the view for March for the evening CNA. The first thing it's going to bring up are my needs for this. The monthly summary is where my needs are. If I look at the legend down below, the light circle around each of those days means I need one employee that day to finish out my schedule. I want to have 2 people for this shift every day, and I'm missing a person these days. If there's a bolder circle around it, it means 2 more. I need 2 more people. If there's a red square around the day, it means I've overscheduled. If there's only want 2 for this shift, I might have 3 in a day, and I want to look at that. And then the other 3 icons are when I look at someone's individual assignments and put them over my needs here, and I'll do that in a second. If someone is working this shift and I pick their name, all the days they're working will be in royal blue. If someone's working somewhere else in the building, all the days that I pick will be in this gray. And then if they're working a double shift, it'll be in a navy blue. It says up here that for March, I have 28 unassigned shifts. It's the equivalent of 0.93 FTEs for this particular month. So I'm going to go, actually it's a 6-week period. It's not just 1 month. I'm going to go here, and I'm going to go look for some of the other employees that work here in this particular area. And so I'm going to go hit the monthly summary, and I'm going to look first at Michaela Townsend, who works here, and look at her schedule. And it's putting her schedule right on the top of the monthly summary. And you'll see all of her days, like below, are royal blue, the days she's working, and it still shows my needs on those days. I'm going to look at the other employees working here, Susan Fisher, put her days. And I look at both of them, and I can see they're both working a pattern to make this work. They're working a 4-2 pattern. If you look closely at their schedule, it's 4 days on, 2 days off, 4 days on, 2 days off, 4-2. So I'm going to try to find a pattern for the person that will fill in these empty shifts. I'm going to go back to the monthly view summary, and I'm going to see, I believe there's going to be a 4-2 pattern left, meaning I need a third person to work a 4-2 to complete my needs for this shift. So I've hired a new employee. I'm going to go up and pick a monthly summary. I'm going to go to Julio Gonzalez here, and I'm going to put his schedule in for the month of March, and then I'm going to copy it forward for the next year, because this is the pattern I want him to take. As you can see, there is clearly a 4-2 pattern that's left here. So I'm going to go to shift view mode. I'm going to click on that and go to the scheduling mode. Now, every day I click on will be assigned to Julio Gonzalez. So I'm going to start clicking on the 27th, which is actually in February. It's always showing a 6-week period with the month, a few days before the month starts and a few days after the month starts to complete that 6-day period. I'm going to start clicking on the days that I want Julio to work, and I'm going to follow those days where there's a circle there, because that's the days I need for him to work. Click on each one of them, and it's spinning because it's actually going up, talking to the cloud and saying, would you put Julio Gonzalez in for these days? I needed to completely stop spinning on all of the days for the schedule to be completely in. What's great about this, since it's a 6-week period, I can put their schedule in, and then I'm going to use this copy forward feature in a few moments. And I'm going to take the same 4-2 schedule and say, repeat this for the next 6 weeks, or for the next 3 months, or the next 6 months, or for the next year. And so I can completely put Julio Gonzalez in and have a schedule for the rest of the year. And obviously I'd adapt to that in the future as there's changes made. But it's finishing putting Julio's schedule in. It's finding all my holes that I had in the schedule and completing those. I'm going to go ahead and hit the recycle, or excuse me, the refresh button up here when I want to. I can hit that as soon as I see all the days, all the spinners being completed. Sometimes it takes a moment because it is talking to the cloud for those spinners to get all the way up there. But when they do finish, I'll have it completed with all the scheduled days for Julio Gonzalez. Here it's bringing up his schedule again. I hit the refresh button in the top corner, and I have all those days selected. And then I'm going to take that schedule and hit the copy forward feature up to the left here. And I'm going to say copy Julio Gonzalez forward for the next year. And I'm going to take that 6-week period, copy it forward. And it's going to take that same 4-2 pattern and put it in for the next rest of the year and into 2019 for Julio Gonzalez. It says it's been copied. I can click out of it. And I finished putting Julio Gonzalez in for my need. I have no FTE needs in this particular schedule anymore. Thank you.